Hey there everyone in Jalopnik land. I am standing in front of the McLaren 720S. Now, this is the second iteration in the Super Series. This is sort of the reimagining of McLaren's ultimate sort of supercar. The Sports Series, the 570S, that is a very good car. I have driven it and it puts a smile on my face, but this is a different animal altogether. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to press all the buttons and see what they do. So this is Ian. He is a product manager for not only the 720S, but in the entire Super Series for McLaren. And he's going to go over some of the awesome features of this car, and hopefully we get to press a few buttons along the way.
So the car's all about theatre and drama, and part of that is we really wanted to show off, the power unit of the car. It's a hugely important feature in this car. All new engine for us, 41% new components, 4 litre capacity, 720 PS, and 770 newton meters of torque. Now that's the real one. This thing changes speed like nothing else. 0 to 200 kilometers an hour is 7.8 seconds.
So this is a brand new. It's a upped displacement from the previous iteration,
yeah,
right?
That's right, yeah. So it's 4 litre as opposed to a 3.8.
Yeah.
It's got new crankshafts, new conrods, new pistons, new turbos, twin scroll with electronically actuated turbos. All that helps to your time to torque and the drivability of the car. Mm-hmm. Really, really rewarding. As soon as you put your input into the throttle pedal, you get an instant response. Turbo lag is a thing of the past.
Awesome. So can we take a look inside?
Yeah, let's go inside.
Actually, where's the where's the handle? Let's see if I can.
So just inside the skin here. Mm-hmm. So you just reach in here. And there's a paddle here. Just squeeze that, and the door pops.
A door pop. Wow.
So as you can see, the cluster's just waking up here.
Wow.
I'll show you how to deploy this and stow it again in a minute. It's a really, really cool feature. Mm-hmm. Let me run around the other side.
Sure.
So getting in and out of the car is a lot easier now with the door opening into the roof. It's a real important part for us to kind of make this an everyday usable car as well. Mm-hmm. Not having to duck under the cant rail makes a massive difference for kind of ingress egress. So let's take you through some of the controls. As we saw earlier, we've got the instrument cluster, which is a folding display. So if we just press that button over there, the one with the arrow on it.
One with the arrow on it right here.
3 buttons.
Okay, so there's one with an arrow. There's a lock, I get, and one for the frunk or the hood, or the bonnet rather.
So
okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
This has gone to sleep now.
So that's gone to sleep, and we press that button.
Well, as part of the car, I have to wake it up with the start button.
Okay.
So we've got this glass start button, really, really nice feature. Mm-hmm. Again, all the materials in the interior are, we've done away with plastics, and there's a lot of more machine from solid, cold touch materials in here. So really bringing the quality level up of the car. So if we hit the start button, we start the ignition sequence. So this is just priming all the main systems.
Mm-hmm. And there it goes.
There goes the cluster. So this is welcoming you to the car as a bit of theatre.
Very nice.
With the centre display, which is warming up now as the sort of plan view of the car, and you start seeing some information there.
Let's close the doors. It is remarkably quiet in here.
Yeah, so we've got soft close latches on this car as standard.
Okay.
Across the range, so even from base specification. So they're self-clinching, so all you have to do is bring the door down into contact with the latch.
Right.
And it'll take you down. Right, so the core features on your side, on your left-hand side, if we start over there and then work round. So we've got the 3 buttons. Mm-hmm. The one with the arrow, so at any point when you're driving, you can stow this screen into the slim display mode. So press the button.
So that right there?
Yeah, the right-hand side one, yeah, that's it.
And
so
that goes.
This is going into the slim display mode.
Wow.
The purpose of this is for a number of reasons. So we've got track use.
Mm-hmm.
It only displays the information that you need when you're on a racetrack. You don't want the distraction of all those other instrument dials and everything else happening.
Right.
So, but also, as well as doing that, by bringing it down, it reduces the interference to your line of sight, so you can see everything really, really clearly. Visibility in this car is really, really key. So you can see that these exposed A-pillars here there's no trim on there because we've just got the natural carbon fiber structure of the body.
Oh wow, yeah.
And again, by not having trim around there, it's giving you kind of an extra sort of half an inch of visibility across the car.
So this would be like a functional version of that night mode in old Saabs. You know, when it only something that would only be used on planes, but this is this is
the
great.
Visibility in the cabin. I mean, if you take the camera around behind us and look over our shoulders, you can see through the glass. The C-pillars. The really, really thin sections that we've been able to do with this carbon fiber upper structure. And no one's ever done that in the supercar segment before. It's very much a hypercar technology.
So I noticed that there's also the windows on basically on the doors. So it's very reminiscent. I just drove the 570 GT with the panoramic roof, and I love that feature, and I like that this is integrated into that. So is this a standard, or is this?
No, it's a standard. You would have a solid panel here in gloss black to match the sort of that two-tone effect of the car above the waistline. But you can either spec solid visible carbon fiber, or you can go for the glass option.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So
over on the other side as well, you've got a parking brake, and that's just your master light switch. So whether your headlights are on permanently, or whichever setting in your fog light.
Gotcha.
Down by your right-hand side knee, under the dash there, you've just got the turning on and off your parking sensors and adjusting your mirrors.
Okay. So this is parking sensors and mirrors.
Yeah. Underneath the display, you've got these two small telltale screens. So these keep all the warnings in there, so that even if you're in this slim display mode, you understand what state the car's in.
All right,
and also, if you do have any urgent messages, as you can see, it says stopped on the screen now.
Right.
If you had a tire pressure warning or something like that, that would also jump onto the screen.
Great. So you have so these are basically your idiot lights, and then you have something more, the more egregious faults if you do have any up there.
So you have a tacho displayed, so you can see your revs, and also shift lights as well on this mode.
Oh, very nice.
It's a cool feature.
What about fuel gauge?
So the fuel gauge is on there as well. It's just because we haven't got it in the fully awake state.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so everything you need for track. Okay, if we go to the buttons here, so we've got the aero button.
Okay.
So that deploys your rear wing into a raised position to maximise performance of the car, and also it activates our DRS function. No buttons as such, but it's all done through the sort of computers of the car.
So does the aero button, it deploys it manually, or just it starts a program?
It deploys it manually from standstill,
right?
And that starts a program as well. It has a program as well when it's not in aero mode,
right?
But it operates slightly differently. This is a lot more active and will trim the wing as you change speed and the conditions of the car.
Okay.
And it will basically maximise your balance and reduce your drag when you try and get maximum acceleration.
Okay. Is it possible to do now or no? Or does it have to be on?
We need the engine running.
Okay, gotcha.
We can't do that in here. This active dynamics panel, so all of the controls have been brought closer to the steering wheel.
Right.
So you're not taking your eyes away from the car.
Yeah, because these on the 650 and 570, they would have been down here somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're much lower, and also these buttons as well were sort of tucked behind you, so a bit awkward to get to.
Right.
So let's talk about the active dynamics panel. So by turning that on, I have now activated.
All right.
Let me just change that. Right. So we have three settings: comfort, sport, and track. You can see here where it tells you what mode you're in. H is for handling, P is for powertrain. And as we cycle through these, we'll get a different display, and the priority of gear and speed will change on the display, and you'll see different things move. So
right.
If you focus on that while I turn these switches.
Sure.
So we move over to sport, and you see the priority changes to the gear, and the speed sort of drops away. You have more information about your tyre pressures,
yes,
and things like that. As you go to track, this then changes again, gives you shift lights at the top.
I like the animations as well, that the transition animations.
Yeah, it's a really slick system. It's all fully integrated, the center display and the driver display. It's all one system, same ECUs. So again, a new first for us.
Yes.
So the important thing is that we've got comfort, sport, and track. Now, on on our other cars, we've had normal sport and track.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing normal about this car. And what do you do when you start this car and it's in non-active mode, as you see there?
So non-active mode is right.
It is already biased towards sport. So it's engaging, it's loud, it's it's exciting. It's an exciting car to be in.
Right.
If you want to dial it down, you can press comfort. You go to comfort. But if you you want all the slick gear changes, etc., you can just leave it like that, and then dial up to sport and track. Okay. So active panel basically turns that on and off. Basically affects whether that's active or not.
Okay.
You've got a manual button there. Again, you have to have active mode working, and that switches you from automatic to manual. ESC. So if we press this down, depending on what handling mode you're in, it will give you a more freedom with the traction control systems and stability. You can hold it down and reconfirm to turn it off.
Does it really turn all the way off, or is it still a little bit there?
It's off.
It's off. Okay.
Yeah. The dynamics mode give you that kind of. It's still there to protect you in the extreme cases, but anything else. Down here we've got obviously the engine start-stop button. Unfortunately, we can't start the engine in here.
Yeah, we're not going to start the button, but it looks so awesome. It's a glass button.
It's like a glass ball almost. I mean, as you feel it, it's concave.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. It's very nice.
We have drive, neutral, and reverse for gear selection. Has a button, and then launch control.
Okay.
So launch control allows you, as our other cars, foot on the brake, engage launch control, choose a gear, floor throttle. When it's got boost, it'll tell you you're ready, and then off you go. Right. And it will do all the gear changes and keep accelerating as long as you're brave enough to keep your foot buried.
Yes. So I noticed that this navigation and AC system, it's different than in the 650 and the 570.
Yeah, it's all new. So it's very much a carousel type system. Scan through your different.
Oh, that's much more responsive than the old system.
You've still got the hard buttons. And everything you could want there.
Variable drift control.
Yeah. I'm sure this is going to let me play with it. No, it's not. Essentially, this is an app which allows you to vary the amount of oversteer you have. So within the dynamic ESC modes, you get a picture of the car. I'm just going to turn the car off. It's
sure. Yeah, it's just discharging. Yeah, no problem.
So this basically gives you a slider, and you can slide the back of the car, more or less, and it will change the intervention of any ESC modes or anything.
So this would be just essentially a drift mode. Yeah, that's.
You still need a level of talent to pull it off.
Well, I mean,
it's not just going to let you pick a corner, pick a steering angle, and floor throttle. You still need a bit of talent to do it, but it will allow you degrees of freedom to explore.
Well, I mean, you'd sort of need some kind of control when you have 720 horsepower.
And then you just have your shortcut buttons, which are so you've always got your air conditioning control is always there. It's a touch of a button, and there's a hard button to go to more settings within it. Media just takes you to. I think this was playing. So it's a lovely 12-speaker system in here. It's really high quality.
And is that McLaren's own system, or
it's Wilkins?
Bauer & Wilkins.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, I think we've got to get out of the car. I'm really
sorry.
That's all I've got time for.
No problem. Thank you very much, Ian. You've been a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, friend.